one and all. Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, District Latur. It's organized a World Record Series 2. Today there is 353rd day of the record series, and the keynote speaker for today's session is on dais Honorable Dr. K. Rajeswari ma'am. So first of all, I welcome to you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
I welcome the chief organizer, our ideal principal, Dr. M. Betkar sir. Also welcomes faculty from my college and all those dear participants. Today's topic is IPR, Intellectual Property Rights. The keynote speaker, Dr. K. Rajeswari ma'am, let me introduce in short. She is serving as an associate professor at Nagarjuna Degree College, and she is from Bangalore. So with the brief introduction, now I request you, madam, please start your presentation on the topic IPR, Intellectual Property Right. You are most welcome.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So thank you, Principal Betkar sir and Prashant sir. So with all dignitaries, I know that it is your valuable time and it is dinner time. So I'll start my presentation. I'll just try whether I can go for screen sharing. One second. Is that visible?
It will take some time, madam, please.
Yes,
If you
just let
process,
me know.
it will take some moments. Yes.
You can see.
Not yet, madam.
Okay, so just a second, sir. Just a second, I'll take the help. 1 second.
If you are getting any problem, madam, principal sir will help. Sir, please.
प्रणाम सर.
Good evening, Sonu Kumar sir,
प्रणाम.
and welcome.
अच्छा लगा सर. आज का भी कार्यक्रम ठीक था, बट यूट्यूब से जुड़ पाया था सर बेटकर सर, और मैंने भरा नहीं है आज का अटेंडेंस. हो सकेगा तो सर अगर खुला हुआ होगा तो मुझे अति पे भेज दीजिएगा व्हाट्सएप पे. मैंने मैसेज भी किया है सर.
Yes, sir. It will be provided later. Now it's visible,
आज
madam.
बेटकर सर
madam.
का भी कार्यक्रम, आज बेटकर सर का भी अच्छा कार्यक्रम रहा है.
Okay, sir. Now the session is started. We'll discuss it later on. Rajeswari madam, the screen is visible now. Rajeswari madam, you are getting my voice? Dear participants, please wait. Sorry for inconvenience. I think there is a network issue. Ma'am, you are not audible. Rajeshwari ma'am, you contact sir. Slides are changing, but voice is not there.
Video also. PPT.
You are presenting, you are imprinting. See you.
So you're able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. I am sorry, really sorry for the inconvenience. Shall I proceed?
Yes, madam. Please.
Really very poor and technical. So let me go ahead. Let me start with it. So thanks for your patience. So let us not waste time in introducing myself. So thanks for the opportunity. The topic is about IPR, so the intellectual property right. It is about unlocking the power of intellectual property right. I just slightly modified so that it will be apt for the latest trend for the faculty or maybe for the students if suppose they are attending in case here. So I'm not aware whether students are there or not. But let's assume that if they are there, then they will have their innovative ideas and they'll go with the protections and commercialization. So there is a very famous person who have talked about the intellectual property right. He is David. So he said that however your idea it is, so invest in your brain so that you can develop with your properties. So develop your mind, intellectual property, which is the best investment that you will ever make it. So which means that I think due to pandemic, we have seen that there are many changes that has happened globally. So people have stopped reducing and we can find ourselves India in the 40th position. So whereby people are not coming forward to register for the patent and we are lagging behind. So what's the reason? Maybe the registration process is so tedious or maybe their acceptance is not matching. So there are certain constraints for which the Global Innovation Index has given some metric. And with that metric, when you follow, we stand in the 40th position. So that's, I'm not saying that it is bad, but I say that come up with your ideas, talk with your mentors. So apply for the patent. Definitely, whether success or not, you can find out where we stand for. So that is what is about the Global Innovation Index, which shows. So what exactly is for the today's session? So am I audible? Am I my slides are visible? Then and there, please let me know.
Yes, madam, you are audible and the screen is also visible.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Please
So
proceed.
in between, I'll be asking the same dialogue. So please bear with me because I am not able to find, only my screen is available. So I'm not seeing any of your faces. So let me go directly with the intellectual property rights, what exactly it is about. So when I say intellectual property right, when I say in a short form IPR, which is a legal right which is being taken with us when you have certain things innovative in your mind. People always say that when you have talent, people may try to take your work, but your talent is always with you. So you can invest. That's what my first slide is about. That's what the David said. So intellectual property rights are nothing but the legal rights that are giving protection for your creation, for your innovations or inventions. So that actually results in the activity. Maybe you may be in an industrial world, or maybe you will be in a scientific world, or you will be in a literacy or artistic field. So let it be any world where you belong to. If you have the talent, definitely you can go for filing it. So how to go for filing it will be coming in the forthcoming slides. You will have a glimpse of it. So definitely I'll be taking you to the path of registration. So the most common topic or the most common thing which we come across is with regard to the patent. If suppose you have a very innovative idea, definitely you can go for filing. No, ma'am, I don't have a patent. I can't now think about the patent. All these ideas doesn't pops up. So what should I go for? So being the faculty or being in this field, many of you will be the author for the textbooks. So definitely you can go for your copyrights if you are really good in writing. So then you can go for marking it, and then you can go for your trade secret. If suppose your mummy's recipe in kitchen is so good, so definitely you can go for filing it. So all these comes under IPR. The purpose of our session or the my session or our session for today is about this, to encourage the new creation, including technology, the artwork, the innovation that might increase the economic worth. So what exactly is about the property which has been created, the right which has been created by you, by us, with the artistic work or literary work, or let it be any work. So you can go for creation. So what am I supposed to do? I'm a very common man. So how do I have to go for balancing? So you may have a small idea which has been balancing or popping up in your mind, or you would have seen for relaxation shark tanks, or you would have encouraged your students if you're a faculty for a marathon competition. So students always come up with the a very different idea or unique idea. Ma'am, I'm a commerce student, can I go for filing this app, ma'am? No, you we cannot discourage because it is a computer field. So push them to the computer department. So always try to balance between a common man and a businessman. Definitely we can go for that global index from 40th position to top 10 position. So that's what is about the balance between a common man and a businessman. So what's about the today's coverage? It's about the patent, it's about the trademark, and we have a copyright. We being the faculty, we'll have a textbooks in our name, how to go for it. If suppose your book is for reference, definitely you can go for your copyright. Semiconductor, you would have seen motherboard, daddy board, all that board which is there in the laptop, which is back, which is invisible. So what's a new thing which is about how far you have laid the gap between that? So that's a semiconductor where you can go for registration. And geographical indications, that's the topic which I love the most, but still I'll be covering little in that. And then what's a trade secret? Your mother has some food which is very good and yummy, which no one have ever tried for it. Go for registration. Call for the examiner. He'll come, he'll test. If it is so unique, definitely your mother will be holding a patent, right? Or the trade secret in her name. So talking about who can go for it, the question, ma'am. There was always a controversy since I'm basically from Tamil Nadu. There was always a controversy actually. You would have heard a popular singer, SPB, and there was a Ilayaraja who was a composer. They both had argument. Is it because of my voice or is it because of my composing? So for those people, such ideas or who always have a confusion, who is going to take the lead, who's going to be the master, who's going to be the boss of the IPR, you can have a list actually which is there on the display. If I am or you are good in novel, then the copywriter, he will take, or you have to go for the copyright. You're planning for the startup or students are going for it. Generally, they are very good in their drawing, so they'll go for the trademark. You will have a logo, you have a shape, you have a symbol, anything that you go for, you can mark it and you will have a trademark for it. Then you will be having your designs. So that includes your clothes or maybe the ornament, or maybe if you're inventing a new product which is not there, please don't say, or people like me lazy, they'll try to uh, import things and they'll say that I'll go for it. So under that circumstance, it cannot be called for, or it cannot be called as a patent. So when students or myself go for developing a website, then definitely I'll go for a copyright. So all these comprises of our topic for today's session is about start with patent. So when you are awarded, you'll be getting a certificate like this. So when you zoom, you can find your patent number, your application number, when you filed for it, and who are the patentee, ma'am. Is there a patentee only I should go for it? Or is there anybody who can be along with it? Is there any minimum restrictions? So all that comprises how long, how big your team is, you can go for registration. So all the process, if you're good in technology, you'll be going for e-filing, or people like me will go office directly and we'll go for filing it. Then how long I'll enjoy? 20 years I'm going to enjoy with my patent. So a patent is a form of right which has been granted by the government. I'm going to talk, or I'm going to give a session only about the patent right of India. So to the inventor, to the successor in the title, and who gives exclusive right for the other, so that we don't misuse, so others will not misuse it or sell it or go for importing it. So all these kinds will be blocked, such a way that you want to enjoy your idea and you want to let it out, you want to go for it, then you go for filing it, which you will enjoy for 20 years. So am I audible? Yeah, thank you, sir. So only to an invention. So when you go for patent, it is only for your invention. So how far your invention is unique and how you are going to take an exclusive right from others not making it. So they cannot go for vending it, they cannot go for excising it or importing. As I said, that people are so lazy nowadays, they import and they say that the product is not available in India, so I'll go for it. So this becomes my patent right. Sorry. So how far you are extreme, unique, and sovereign to the state. So under these circumstances, you will go for innovating things. And I still remember my BCom teacher when she was talking about all these things. I remember the picture when she showed, I was thinking that it was really Michael Jackson who has gone for 45-degree elevation. Then when the technology improved, when we browsed, we came to know that it is only an invention, the shoe, that have made him to go for anti-gravity illusion. So in the picture, you can find that how far he has given a 45-degree. So this 45-degree, when you go for it, it is about even the backbone, which has completely elevated, and with the normal position, man cannot go for it. So people like that can go for it. If your product is new, you can go definitely for the patent, right? Ma'am, my product is so simple, so should I go for it? Go for it, you enjoy. So there are certain products which has taken the market so badly. but it gives a huge profit. But please, we should not hesitate to go for filing it. So people go for innovation, but they don't go for filing. There are many movies which has even recently there was a COVID movie about a virus or something where they didn't go for the vaccination patent. So we fought for I think turmeric powder also. So all these is because of lack of laziness, or I don't know what to say. We don't go filing the patent. Whether we get the patent or not, that is immaterial. But if you have a unique idea, definitely you have to go for patent. I think I don't know how many of you are watching it, but I have seen the kids always playing with the fidget spinner, holding in the hand, and they keep rotating, and this has taken the market like anything. And I think there was another one product which was around only less than 40 rupees. So there was a oval shaped magnet which was rippling each other, where it has taken the market like anything crazy. It is only a magnet which is oval shaped, but all the marketplaces you can find this happening. So all these are the crazy idea. We don't know what is the purpose of this, but people keep spinning. Children loves to go for it. Very simple toy, but it has taken the hit in the market. You would have seen the once again. You would have seen this. So, ma'am, are you talking about Coca-Cola? No, I'm not talking about Coca-Cola. I'm talking about the can opener. That is also an innovation that has taken so much with the Coca-Cola, and look at the profit which they have gone for it. So seriously, when you have an idea, file it. Nothing goes free of cost. So talking about patent, yes. So what exactly I have to do, ma'am? I have seen this, what you're showing in the slide. You are talking about the novelty. I know about invent be of capable of industrial application. So all these patents, what is there on the screen, it is there in the textbook. What you're trying to say, ma'am. Can I go for a patent right now after you have seen the product? You don't have to squeeze your brain so much. Just think that any line, any product, when we go for buying it, we'll check the review. Very simple concept for having a great idea. We have a product, and before buying it, we are tempted to check into the review, and then from there we go for buying a product. So generally this is acceptable by all. So under that circumstance, what happens? With that review negativity, at least one or two would have given. From there, how best you can satisfy the other customers, there comes the pop-up with the new ideas. So all these put together, we have a topic with patent. Ma'am, is there anything that I cannot go for it? Anything? It's not only this much. There are many thousands which the patent office of 1970 with the amendment have gone for it. So the recent amendment to do keep changing, and as per the latest technology, they go for it. So as per the amendment of Patent Act of 1970 from number 39 to of 1970 of the Patent Act of 2005, and latest amendment to 2016 and 18, which is happening. So for which there are many lists, and number also keep increasing. So they have given a list as to which should not go for the patent. So you cannot say that there is an air which I have invented and this is too breezy and it is too chill, so I'll go for the patent. No. So there are certain things which is very anything which is not serious, anything which is immaterial, or anything which is immoral to the society, or anything which doesn't comes under the agriculture, horticulture. And ma'am, all these are there in the screen. So, say something which is new. I think you can, ma'am, in my generation, I have seen my parents going for playing tambola. That tambola ticket, can I go for registration? Yes, it's already been done. So there are certain things which has to be done for patent. Yes, it is applicable. There are certain lists which are not applicable, so you should not go for it. So before going in for, you should have a glimpse of what all the things as per the Act of 1970, what has been mentioned. So you have to have a look at it. So in India, actually, I'm talking about the Indian Patent Act, and which is applicable only in India. Ma'am, should I not apply in other country, ma'am? Since I already got patent right in India, can I apply to the other foreign countries? It is within Indian territory or territorial jurisdiction. So anything that you file in India, the patent that is applicable only for India, not for outsiders. So in India, inventions are the contradictory, which is well established against is as per the natural law. So that are frivolous, which is nothing but it has to be serious and it should not be giving harm to the public and to the morality, and that has to be practically applicable, and those things can go for patent. Other things cannot go for patent. Ma'am, I have invented a product and that is used only by my family. Can I go for patent? No. So that should be used by the public, and that should give something for continuous process. And when it is being taken by the public, then definitely you can go for patent registration. So these are the other glimpse, which is about not filing a patent. It can be a presentation of information, mathematical equations. So what are the latest phenomena? I was talking about the air. I was talking about now I'm saying about water. Certain things you cannot go for filing a patent. So how to go for it? Coming to the practical aspect, I think all these screens which you have now glimpsed is about what is there in the Google. So talking about the application part. So what am I supposed to do? So how I go for it? Now, as you said, I have an idea, ma'am. This is my product. Is that commerce teacher can go for filing a patent? Yes, you can go for it. So anything related to commerce or related to any field, you can go for it. But the only thing is that you have to go for the procedure. So whether you're going for hard copy or you're going for latest trend online filing, it is up to you. So there are IDs or the link which is I'm showing that you can go for filing it. So when you log in, you will be having the screen like this. Is the screen visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. So how to file a patent and what should be the form? So there are different form 1, 2, 3, 5, 18. There are different forms actually. So there are certain forms doesn't require. So there are certain things that you will be calling the examiner. You have to wait for your period and you have to go for filing the registration. So each each concept takes their own time. So each concept will have its own period where you can enjoy. So as I said, that patent you will be enjoying for 20 years. So e-filing I was saying about. So I was talking about the forms, all that. So how much will it cost actually? So it is not much. And definitely if you have your students with the latest ideas, so there will be an incubation center also who will be giving a helping hand for them to go for filing the applications. So talking about the natural person like us and who can go for startup or students, or we go for startup or small entity. So there is a form number for which you will be filing, which costs 1,600. For others, that is nothing but the companies. So that cost around 8,000. So there are certain pages which is there in form 2. So up to 30 pages, how much, and up to claims, how much you can go for. And form 3 and 5, which is not applicable. Form 18. Actually, you can find, if you have a drawing, then you will be presenting drawing also here. So as I was saying that, ma'am, I don't have any ideas, but I'm very good in drawing, but it is so unique that no one has ever gone for publishing it. So please take a cloth, muslin cloth, they say that. So there should be a 3 copy. So there is also a procedure that has to be followed. So in Form 18, you will be going with startup companies or people like us or institution with 4,000. And other natural companies, definitely it is going to fetch a lot, which will be 20. And total amount of 5,600, or if it is others, it is 28. What exactly the procedure is? This is what the procedure is. So much is there. I think due to time constraints, I'll make it very simple. Come up with your idea. So when you come up with your idea, as I told you, don't invent only for your family members. So go for it. And under that circumstance, it should have the novelty. It should be so unique. So I cannot say that I imported the car from Lamborghini from this country and can I go for filing it? 100% no. So under that circumstance, again, you have to repeat your idea. If it is all formula, the ideas, the concepts, so everything is as per the patent act, and anything which is against you have not, and everything is as per the concept, then definitely you can go for filing a patent. So once filing the patent, you will be having a prescribed form which you have to fill up, and whether you are filing it in any metropolitan cities like Bombay, Calcutta, so under that circumstance you will be under that jurisdiction, and you will be filing it. And if you're filing it, it is online or offline, it is up to you. And under that circumstance, there are certain provisions that you have to file. So the provisional application may contain certain things, non-provisional items may contain certain things. So you can find that provisional applications, which is the title, innovation, and then background of innovation, brief description. If you have a figures of that, you have to draw it, or you have to if you have a machine which you have invented, then there will be a glimpse of, or you will be taking a pic of front view, back view, side view, all that you have to go for filing it. And non-provisional application also you have. So everything has its own period within which you cannot take your own sweet time. So you have to proceed and you have to go for it. So these are the form numbers from 1 to 5, and then 9, 18, 18A, which is to be followed, and form 26. So all these you're following it, and at last you have everything ready. So if you call for the examiner, he will come, he will inspect, and if it is sanctioned, and if it is proceeded, or if it is not to one which is already been existing, he will check his journal. Then you will be going for, or you will be granted patent. So you have to go for renewing it. That is also there. And ma'am, after my death, will be there a patent in my name, provided yes, and there are certain products which are available online where it has gone for patent, but authors unavailable also, you can go for registration. So all these are there in the provision of Indian Patent Act of 1970. So these are the timelines provisions they have given. So 12 months, 15 for the withdrawal. Ma'am, whether my application will get cancelled, provided you know somebody, so that he will say that modify and give it. So that also has happened to us when I went for the first time for the patent, right? So when my team went, he said, maybe he was very sweet, I don't know. So he said that modify little and change little. So there are certain corrections that has to be implemented. Of course, he helped us. So then later we modified it, and we were able to apply, and for which a patent was also being granted. So is there any first examination report available? So there is a timeline. So hearing submission. So for each and everything, whether you go under patent or whether you go for copyright, everything has its own time. So with which you have to finish off. Next one, we have designs. I think you must have heard about the company which is Procter and Gamble, one of the largest consumer. So for the top filing of application for the industrial product, because we feel comfortable, and this is always applicable and so appealing to the eye, maybe because of their design, or maybe because of the trademark which they are using it. So you can find the product. So it is so colorful and attractive, where we feel that it is safe to use certain products. So we go for buying it, so that we call it as an industrial design of an art. Ma'am, this is Rolex watch, I know, ma'am. So will I get it for duplicate? Yes, of course, you get it for duplicate, but the original remains the same. So no one can copy and say that this belongs to us. So how far, I think the previous slide you would have seen the cycle with so much gears, all that is available. So that is also the industrial design with so much gears. I think industrial design, when I spoke about, I was talking about how far your product is so unique. Very simple example which I have showed is about the design, the way in which it attracts the people's eye. So talking about the industrial design, it is about the device, or it may be an object, it may be a service which is being used by millions of people around the world every day. So how far it is going to improvise with the same, how far we are going to have it. So whether it has its features with a different color shape, or whether with the dimension, it is your choice. So under that circumstance, I think you can see a picture of Diana. So don't go into that picture of Diana, look at the costume which she is wearing. So talking about this, I meant the design. You see the pattern of jewelry. I'm not here for marketing, but I'm saying that if your product is so unique, your design will be patent and no one can ever go for making same design. So there are many jeweler shops where they go for it. So people who go for registration will have their own unique and no one is there. So how the procedure is, ma'am? The same way you will go for physical filing. So if I am in Kolkata, I'll be under that jurisdiction. I think you have heard about Hrideshwara Singh Bahat. Anybody there?
Yes, ma'am.
So is that you would have heard about game, indoor game of chessboard. So there you would have seen a child who's playing here. My teacher or your teacher would have taught that chessboard is meant for two. So he's a child who has invented a chessboard where you can find so many people at a stretch can play. So that's about the design where he gone for it. So the ordinary is that a child can also go for it. I think this is old pic which I'm showing. It is long back. I think recently, I think 4 or 5 girl have gone for with I forgot her name. So she also has gone for registering of patent for her ideas. So there's no age limit. If you seriously have your idea, you can go for taking it. So how long? 10 years you'll be enjoying it. This is for all the faculties who are there busy with listening or maybe in the kitchen. So the copyrights actually. So talking about this copyrights, you would have given your article to your publisher, who would have given you a ISBN number, or you would have published a research paper. So anything that is being already published in your name and I take it, then there will be a copyright issue. It's seriously a big crime. So under that circumstance, what am I supposed to do? Take a permission and go for using it, or if not, give it in reference so and so, and these are the titles with this ISBN number. With this paper I have gone for taking it. If not, seriously, it is considered as a big crime. So once, if your book is so unique and novel for your artistic work, or maybe for your novel, you will be getting your certificate like this. Music, just now I was comparing Ilayaraja with SPB. So who is going actually the with the credit is the composer. For any other work, it is artistic. If I take a photograph and you publish in your magazine, who takes the credit? It is always a photographer. So in cinematographic film, who's in charge, who takes the author, the producer, or the sound artist? And all these reason behind why I'm insisting is because there was no awareness and there was no idea that who will take what. Nowadays we it is very clear, and all with the IT technology or maybe with the globalization, people are knowing that okay, this work belongs to this. So there is a clarity as to how who has to do what. So that's the reason behind which I'm showing. So there was a big one more copyright issue. So it was not been given to copyright. I think when you watch movies, there will be a sound which is being muted. So they say that because of copyright, you will be having a very small, tiny font size which says that this is a copyright issue, so music cannot be played. So all these keeping in mind constraints. So they say that if you want, you have to take the composer, or you have to go to the one who has gone for real author for that particular thing, and then you go for publishing. If not, don't go for publishing. So this was a issue, Karishma. There are many case reference which is there. You can highlight many numbers, but I think you will not let me to finish. So it's better I rush up. So life of the author. So you are the copyright owner, you are the textbook author. So how long you will be enjoying? 60 years. So cinematography, I was showing in the previous slide. So who will be taking it? The sound recorder or the film producer. So he'll also have the enjoyment. But please make sure that whoever, whatever you want for it, you have to go for renewing it also. So the broadcast or the reproduction right is also for the 25 years for the broadcast. And with regard to the performance, the stage show the right, the 50 years from the following year in which the performance was being made. So what's the application procedure? As usual, go for the website, iprindiagovernment.in, and then go for filing it. So wherever you belong to, whether the patent or the design or the trademark, wherever, whichever you want, you go for it. So follow the procedure, go for filing it, and nothing comes free of cost. As I already told you the sheet as to where, how much you have to pay. So based on your metropolitan, you'll be paying your fee. So what's a prescribed fee for the right now, which I was showing? It is about the dramatic 500, and to be used or capable, if it is sound, it is 2000. So, and if it is cinematography, it is quite expensive. So it is 5000. So what's the timeline? 30 days waiting period. So how long I'll be waiting? I'll be waiting for your 30 days. And examination takes almost 1.5 months. In case the application is not happy, then you will have the rights to go for objection, and then you can defend yourself, and again you can go for extension, and again you will start your procedure, which I was showing the chart which is there in the beginning. Very simple, lovely topic, trademark. So talking about the trademark, it includes the words, numerals. It can be a number combination, it can be a word combination, or maybe the both, or anything from the dictionary, or constituting 3D dimension, 2D dimension also I was talking about. So sound mark all put together, you can find the trademark, like how the company goes for. And why specifically you have gone for picking in depth about the trademark, ma'am? Because nowadays all youngsters or young minds are ready to come up with the products. So when they go for product, always they love to have their designs of their own, and they say that, ma'am, this is my logo, ma'am, this is my design, ma'am, can I go for it? So do drawing of any of your choice, go for registration. But when you go for, even for this also I have to go for registration, ma'am. Company registration as per the Company Act of 2013 also I have to go for it. Yes, 100% you have to go for it, and at the same time you have to go for your marks also. Anything that resembles like other, it is prohibited. So I didn't touch about the infringement, I didn't talk about the violations, how much it will cost, because each has its own way, and the fine is a huge amount. So if we touch that within the time constraint, I cannot go for completing. So I didn't touch about the infringement act of the patent IPR, but each one has its own limit. So without their permission, you go for it, 100% you're going to bear the fine. So talking about the trademark, where children enjoy having their own logo, for which if you have your product which is unique, where you have not seen with the others, so you will have a trademark like this. And if it is you're providing a service, there are certain companies which comes under the class of 35 to 45. So you may be having a service logo which has been provided by them. And hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, no doubt.
Yeah. The next one is about the collective mark. So talking about the collective mark, which is about the institute which collectively puts together, which comes under the act, and they give for all the members. So even in the certificate you can find, for example, if you are a company secretary holder, or you are a company secretary, under that circumstance you would have finished all your intermediate and final, you will be under the secretary and you will be working for it. But before that, once everything is clear, you'll get a certificate for which you will find the emblem like CS. And so it may be a CA, it may be ACCA, or whatever. So collective marks put together. So they will be providing the group or the individual will be providing this for your certificate. So next, you would have heard about ISO now 10,000, now 2000, 2010, all that have come. So there are certificates which are being provided by the institute collectively. So you will get symbol like this. And you would have seen a very old product where even now it is still prevailing for Coca-Cola. You can find the bottle like this. So the shape, So there also you can go for it. No one can ever beat the shape of other companies. So if you're so unique and you found or you have taken it for the first time, so and you feel that it is not available anywhere, then you can go for your product or the shape also for registration. So the pattern, you could have seen here the pattern. So all these are the patterns or the symbols which comes under. So these are the specific design that you go for it. I think there was a issue with my personal, I would like to share. There's a lady in our apartment, so I don't want to mention what who has filed it and what is the issue with some politicians, all that. She had a separate pattern and she had a very good design, for which she has taken her separate unique way of drawing a Varli painting. So Varli painting is about, you can find one circle, then triangle body, ulta triangle will be the other shape, and one stick like hand and legs. So what happens there is that she had a very unique way of presenting herself. So she has published in some articles, and she has taken the name very long years back. But later in between, the politician has used her design for for his son's wedding card. When she filed a case, then they were saying that it was not registered. So even now, it is not late. Anything which you have a very unique idea, please go for registration. So you could find the sound mark. I think you would have heard about many sounds, which is very unique way. So what is the procedure, ma'am? You have to record that in your cassette, and 30 seconds you will be recording it, and then you have to go for registering. I think this is audible. This has to be recorded, and this will go for a cassette for 30 seconds. So anything that you have, so definitely it will reach the office. So provided, you should also go for, you should wait. Actually, the patience is so much important. Once registration, ma'am, will I get it? No, you will be getting a certificate. In that certificate, as I showed you in the beginning, there will be a number which is available. So once you filed and it is accepted and it is gone for patent, you'll be waiting patiently, and you have to keep typing after. You don't have to go immediately. So after 6 months, you can check every fortnight. You will be definitely able to catch up. So that number, if you type it, then it will show that status pending. So which means that it is under process. So after 6 to 7 months later, definitely you will get a mail saying that it has been published. So it will be available online for all the members. So can I view the patent, ma'am? Anybody can view it. How long it will be there? For 18 months later, it will be published in the journal of IPI, that is IPR, for the publication. So later it will be available for the public domain. So all these comprises, so not only the thing which goes for, there are one more important concept or important thing about IP from the commercial point, not just the name, symbol, or logo. It is about the identifying the brand also. So you should be able to differentiate from others or the traders how far you're unique. So your product or the service should give goodwill or reputation, and it should be the catchy of the customer. So under that circumstance, make sure that the trademark you are planning for is there available for the startup. So what I'm trying to say is that, ma'am, now students in my college have their ideas. So how to go about it? Encourage them, let them start their own, but let them have their logo, which has been registered for the trademark. Ma'am, now I don't have these things. But they have some idea, but they feel like going for it. I think as a faculty, you must be having a marathon competition invitation, which is there still circulating it. So if students are really with their ideas or thought, they can apply for the competition all over India. All the startups children or the students will be applying for it. They come up with their plans through PPT. So they, if they are ready, they can go with their models, or if not, only through presentation they can present. And if their idea is accepted, 3 rounds or 4 rounds, they'll go for the competition all over India. And then if your product is so good, there are people to sponsor for our students in our college. So the competition name is Manathon. So like this, we can encourage the future generation to go for the registration. So if it is registered, I'll be getting this R symbol. If it is unregistered, I'll be having TM. So my lovely topic is about, initially I was saying that it is geographical indication. So talking about this geographical indication, what does it say? So when I say it is, since I'm from basically Tamil Nadu, I hail from Tamil Nadu. So when I say Tamil Nadu, what comes to your mind? For me, Kanchipuram comes to my mind. What is there? Kanchipuram silk sarees. So when I say a particular state, you will be able to connect that product over there. So when I say tea, you will say that Darjeeling ka tea. So when I go for saying that Kashmir, you will talk about not the apple, you will talk about the Kashmiri silk, which has been weaved there. So when I say Tirupati, definitely people will say that it is logo. So these are the geographical indications which is being pointed out. I think you would have heard about Manipur rice, black it will be. So you will have many things which is there on the display. So Delhi basmati rice. So you will have Agra. I have seen personally with the carpet. So Jammu Kashmir, they have their own craft, which I was for it just skipped my mind. When I said Kashmir, it is about the shawls which they have. So these are the glimpse actually of India. You can find, see how rich we are with the geographical indications. Ma'am, is that they have registered? If you have a very unique way of style, so that particular state will take the pride in having it. So you cannot copy and say that no, no, even Tirupati laddu is manufactured beside my house and she is very good in that. So they have already claimed for it, so it belongs to them. So you could have find Rajasthan the pottery or maybe the craft items which are available. You have Manganapalli, which is there from Andhra. So all these put together comprises of a rich culture, which is nothing but happy to say that it is India. So what are the plant variety I was talking about? So this plant variety, if you have a very unique plant in your garden and that is being hailing for, or that is being passed on from generation to generation and only you have in your state, then under that circumstance you can claim for it and no one will have the right to buy the seed and they will have no right to go for cultivation. So this belongs to geographical indications. And I think by seeing the picture only, you will be able to say that the owners have the right to establish. So you have a very unique way and no one can steal your right. So I was talking about daddy board, motherboard, all that. So it talks about the semiconductor, how long your period it is for the 10 years. So when the picture says that it is a semiconductor integrated circuit, it is about the gap which is there from one line to that of the other. So how gap it has been maintained, what is the outline, how is there inside which is placed, how much is the gap. So each laptop has its own way. So how far yours is unique, and if you go for it, you can go for claiming it. So next one is about the genetic resources. So genetic resources, as I was talking about, you have your own land, and that land you have a very rich soil, and that soil, anything that you go for seeding or weaving it, definitely you're going to enjoy it. Then go for patent, then go for registration. So how you go for irrigation, all that comprises put together, you will have a plant genetic or conservation. So how far it is unique with the intrinsic value or the basic value, or whether you're going to preserve it. So where we have a plant genetic resources for conservation, so that all comes under geographical indications. So now talking about I think you would have seen a what to say, very few decade back you would have heard about Bodhidharman movie. So where the DNA, if you induce and if you make it active, definitely you are going to get that culture. So where do the knowledge came from, whether it is a traditional knowledge or intrinsic value, whether it is from the generation to generation or because of your hometown you got that. So all this comprises of geographical indication. So you have to be very clear whether it is a traditional knowledge which is being passed on, or it is a native or indigenous knowledge which has been embedded with the culture. So all these comes into the picture. So I think I was saying about my personal apartment lady where she has drawn a Varley painting. So the Varley painting, actually you can see the images of men, women dancing, posting, all this. So this comprises of Varley painting. So she had a very unique way for, but only thing is she was lazy, she didn't go for registration. However, we are educated, I feel sorry to say that we don't go for registration. So please, anybody having in this group has a unique way, please register. Immaterial how small your idea is. Last is for the day is nothing but the trade secret. As I told you that if your mummy has a very trade secret on her recipe, please don't feel shy, ask the recipe, go for registration. And please have it one thing in mind: when you go for the recipe trial, when you call for the examiner, he will come and she will come and she will test it, and they feel that how far it is unique. So it cannot resemble like how it is available in the other shop. So you would have seen the trade secret of Coke. You would have seen the very famous McDonald's burger, where I'm not talking about the bun, or I'm not talking about the cheese. I'm talking about the aloo tikki, which is there, which takes the trade secret. Being vegetarian, I don't know how far it is KFC tasty, but still people say that it is tasty. So trade secret, it comprises of information which is very secret, and it has its own commercial value and the reasonable secrecy to measure. So keep all this in mind. Please don't share your secret. That's what they say, that when mummy makes something, those days we were giving it to the public for free, of course. Now when you go for checking what is that, even I have seen many times when I want to impress my son with different tastes, I browse with Heba's kitchen and I'll go for cooking something. So what happens? Keep your mouth shut. Don't upload. First go for the trial. So go for applying it. If it is good, okay. If not, YouTube is the only way which gives money nowadays for younger generation. So all these comprises where we have today's session. I hope I would have satisfied you. So is there any question?
Thank you so much, madam, for the wonderful presentation. Really, we are more satisfied from lecture. Explain
Sorry,
all
sir?
those things regarding IPRs. Yes, ma'am. For the wonderful lecture
I
you have
audible?
done today. Yes, madam. You are not audible.
1 second, sir. 1 second. Yeah, tell me, sir.
Thank you so much, madam, for the presentation. Really, we are very happy and more satisfied.
Thank you,
Your
sir. Thank
lecture
you so
today.
much. I know that I was
Thank you.
too fast, but I had no other choice.
No problem, madam. You have explained very clear
Thank you,
those
sir.
things. Now it's the time for discussion. Participants are requested. If you have any query or would like to share or discuss with madam, please come ahead, dear participants.
Yeah, before shooting also, I'll say that whatever I know, I'll definitely share. If I don't know also, I think Principal Sir Baker was there for morning IPR filing. I missed it because of my session. So definitely he'll be providing a helping hand. Is it so, sir? Yeah, thank you, sir. So we'll go for shooting the questions. Anybody filed it here? Very personal question, I know that. Anybody there who has filed it? Or you're planning for filing? Oh my God, I think all are busy.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Now
And better, sir. And one more thing. So if there is anybody who is interested in filing also, let them contact me. So I'm always available. And any of the students also who want to go for registration or they want to go for the competition also, we have the sources with which they can present. So 1 or 2 level, if they go, there are people who will recognize youngsters for the startup and they can proceed further, because not all college will have incubation center for their presentation or for the idea to come up. So only few colleges do have, engineering colleges do have incubations. So definitely we are there to help them from their backs.
Madhura ma'am have raised a hand.
Hello.
Madhura
Yeah.
ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am.
Thanks for the wonderful session, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, my question is that
Ah.
in the modern days, social media plays a vital role. We
Yes.
all know that.
Yeah.
So many social influencers will be want to reach in more number the audience.
Yeah.
So and many will be influenced by their ideologies also.
Yeah.
Okay. In such case, what will be the role of IPR, ma'am?
To be frank, like now YouTubers, now attracting thing is that PUBG they play, and there are YouTubers who do YouTube channels and they try to take it over. But when it comes to the registration or when it comes to your ideology, I
Okay.
always feel that it is better, rather going and getting influence with social media, it is better you go through a proper channel, which is nothing but IPR. So
Oh.
registration for each and everything is mandatory. Now you suppose, for example, you are having a social media where you are posting something.
Mhm.
Very simple. You are posting something.
Okay.
I will not ask you permission. I'll take it and I'll post it in my Insta. Very simple.
Yeah, yeah, that is the
So then
current scenario.
in that case, what is your innovation? Where is your role? So when you want your uniqueness for yourself or for your colleges or your family or for your personal, and that
Okay.
exclusive right only you want it, it's better you go for registration.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Dr. Swanand Shukla, sir, please.
Yeah, Shukla sir.
Hello. Good evening, Dr. Bechka sir, Principal sir. Good evening, Prashant sir, and good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation you have made, and really you have
Yes.
sensitized us regarding these two important issues. And no doubt, the people who are working with the research papers, the IPR is something
The
very
research.
great. I have
Yeah,
attended some
actually, yes.
lectures of Dr. Betkar sir. Today also he was having the
I
same
missed it. I missed it.
APR and the patent. But the thing is, in a medical field, in engineering field, we get a scope of doing patent and other things. But what do you think about medical field, when we belongs to? No doubt the instruments and other things are there. But, as a medical person, we are working with the medicines.
Mm.
Especially I'm dealing with the homeopathic practice. So what kind of patent you can think of, you can suggest, and then I can work out on those things. So
I definitely get back. I think you are saying about the homeopathy and other things, right?
yeah.
Actually, there are controversy which are happening. I will talk directly with the examiner, and I'll let you know through. You are there in the group, sir.
Which group you are telling?
Principal sir has created one group where I will forward the message through him, because up to science, I remember. Yeah, come again, sir. 100%, because I am in touch with the patent examiner of India, Chennai. So he will be the right person to find out for homeopathy, because I know that for medical science there are people who works in the lab and they have registered, and some who have not registered because of political issues. But with regard to homeopathy, there are still controversy.
Yeah, because we are having homeopathic medications and we are
Yeah, I
using some
understand.
products, but how to register it, that is one of the biggest question. And what kind of thing, patent we can go for. So
So
if
this passed on from traditional knowledge to intrinsic value. So it
because
comes under that.
Ayush Ministry is promoting too much right? We are having NIH Institute inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister. Near about 300 crores of budget has been given to
Yeah.
that project.
Yeah. Now recently revised everything.
Trying to get in a business and patent, especially because we are
Yeah.
having number of research papers, and definitely we are following all the rules and regulations meticulously, national, international level about the IPR. But the thing is, about the patent, nowadays we have to go for patent. Otherwise,
Yes.
the thing move to the other's hand. So if you can suggest anything for us, that will be a
100%
great.
I'll get. 100% I'll get. I think even for the turmeric powder, we fought with Mississippi and we got it. It's only because we are lazy. We don't know what to do.
Know the story of the turmeric.
Ah,
The Indian tradition, and Indian people are using it since quite a long time, from
yeah.
ancient time, using it, and
Ah,
someone
that
credit it.
ancient time, we proved it, sir. Through ancient, how we proved it, as we all know the cases, we took the carving, we took the manuscripts, palm leaves. So from there, the writings we proved
Yeah,
to the government saying that it belongs to Asian, it belongs to
correct,
India. The same way,
correct.
homeopathy would have been given by your great ancestors, that would have been passed from traditional knowledge or through intrinsic or from your hometown. So what is the procedure? Which form you have to file it? Definitely, I'll get back to you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
100%. Thank you. So thank you, sir. And even commerce faculty, we don't have to back up because even for commerce faculties or commerce line also, if your topic is so innovative, how far you can think about, sir, is there any time so I can share one experience? Okay, so actually, few 3 years back, I read an article where the IIM students, along with some students, they merged up, and they what they did was uh, thinking about a different way of logistic supply. In supply chain management, which belongs to the commerce field or belongs to transportation, however it is, making a business out of supply chain. So how far the idea was unique. When I want to move or deport from Bangalore, I want to move to Kashmir because of some personal reason I have to shift my house. So I'll definitely go for some packers and I'll move my goods. But the thing is, what happens to the pathetic driver? That was a case study which was being studied in IIM. So they came up with a new idea why the driver has to travel from Raji's house, which is there in Bangalore, to Kashmir. Not a single driver. So there are cases which they involved and they found a unique way, like how we go for in sports athlete. So when we go for a relay, you would have seen that there will be four people. All four will not run full round. So they will pass on. So that concept was introduced in supply chain and they came up with a new concept, and that's how the business was developed. So now no drivers will sit for the entire session or for the travel from, or they want to depute from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So they will have a breakup for which the drivers will be shifted so they can go back home and they are relieved from so many issues of health or maybe mental issues or whatever. So likewise, come up with the idea, go for registration. Whether it is rejected or not, that is secondary. Ma'am, I have only idea. Can I go for it? Yes, you can go for it. What is the procedure, form, all that I will be sharing with the principal, sir. All the best, Shukla, sir. Definitely, I'll reach you by tomorrow, provided my examiner picks a call. If not, I'll text and definitely I'll get back because I have seen homeopathy line and I have heard the same issues from many. So definitely I'll get back to you, sir. Am I audible? Am I dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am alive. Yeah, tell me, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Hmm. Okay. Ah, yes, sir. Yes, 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 sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Ah, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I hope I satisfied everybody. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. 100%, yes. Whether I get positive supply, positive answer for Shukla sir or not, I don't know. But definitely, I will reach my examiner, who's in touch, and I will get back to you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. So thanks for the
Thank you.
wonderful opportunity. So it was a great pleasure in having and sharing the session. So it was really a good session, and I think I had some technical. I am good at talking, but when it comes to laptop sharing screening, I don't know why my hand shakes and I don't know what to press. So yeah, I was delayed for a few minutes. So definitely, thank you so much. So that's why I always say that when you go for filing, I always prefer going person, file it, and come back. I don't go for e-filing. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thanks to all participants. And sorry for bothering you late night. So definitely, I understand. Uh, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
पीपीटी सच में सर बेदकर सर बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण था मैम का, और मुझे इस बहुत अच्छा लगा मैम का लेक्चर, और सबसे बड़ी बात था कि उनका प्रेजेंटेशन में जो भी कुछ पॉइंट्स जो थे बहुत ही अलग ढंग के थे।